Hello everybody, this will be a video on how to interpret market cipher when there are significant moves. This can be used to really predict major trend reversals and just kind of know where the market is heading and kind of shifting based off of what market cipher is showing you. Again, if you guys like the video, please give me a thumbs up. Plus subscribe if you haven't already. There's really no video like this on the internet right now as we speak. So the first and foremost thing you really want to look out for is major bullish and bearish divs. Usually you want to be looking for bullish divs on the low of a range and bearish divs on the high of the range. And so if you really zoom out on Bitcoin, you can see we've been trading in this large sideways market for like the past 2 years roughly, where we're just going to a high, as you can see, and then we go to a low, as you can see. And so this will be a strategy just to kind of find out where Bitcoin is really heading based off of the price range where it is right now. So based off of where Bitcoin is, you really need to ask yourself, say self, is Bitcoin at the high of a range or is it at a low of a range? And so that is the major question. So now that we have identified where price is based on the low or the high of the range, we can look at market cipher finally. So what I like to use for this identifying it is the 3 and 4 hour. It can switch in between. There are both very important time frames for this kind of strategy, swing trading strategy, I guess. And so what you want to be looking for is a large bullish divergence when it's at the low of a range and a large major bearish divergence when it's at a high of a range. Since we are at a low of a range, you can see if we just draw a trend line, and let me fix this so it's a little bit more clean. You can see price is making lower lows, and if we look at market cipher B, you can see price is making higher lows. And so you can see that momentum is coming up when price is coming down, and you can see the money flow is going along in the direction we want it to see. Also, another good bias is seeing the RSIs clump together. Just a basic div, I guess. But the significance of this is that you can see a large major divergence. When I say this, we are on the 3 hour, 4 hour. In this case, we're on the 4 hour time frame. But it's like a triple divergence. And so this is very significant, and this can signify a major trend reversal is what I'm talking about. And as you can see, we have been in a major uptrend. This move right here signified that we are making higher lows, as you can see right here on bullish trend structure, and we have been coming up ever since. And so this is a way a market cipher can tell you that we are in a trend change. Now let's take a look at when Bitcoin was at a high of a range. As you can see, back in early November, we were at around 68,000. This case, we are using the 3 hour time frame. Remember, the 3 and 4 hour time frames are pretty good whenever you see a major divergence per se. And so you can see that price was making higher highs as our momentum indicator on the 3 hour time frame was making lower lows. This was a pretty good clear divergence. As you can see, money flow was coming down, the RSIs were clumped together, and this was a triple divergence. And so as you can see, the price did come down even more. So that major last trend reversal did push the markets down pretty hard. Let's look at another one where we have price making higher highs as our momentum is coming down, making lower lows. We can see the money flows coming down, and the RSIs are kind of coming together a little bit. And as you can see, this really pushed price down, and this really kind of led us into a bear market for a little bit. This occurred again the beginning of December, and this is again on the 4 hour time frame this time. This time, let's look for a trend reversal in the up direction. And so this is back from the July 2021, and we are on the 4-hour this time. As you can see, we had price coming down, making lower lows, as our momentum indicator was making higher lows. And again, it was like a triple divergence this was forming. As you can see, the money flow was coming up and the RSIs were clumped pretty well together. Now, this didn't actually play out right away. This was kind of a goofy market during the time, but it did come back down a little bit, took out liquidity from here, and then eventually it pushed up pretty strongly. Also, just looking out after the March 2020 crash, you could see that on market Cipher B, or on price action, I should say, that we were making lower lows, and on market Cipher B, we were making higher lows. Again, we had this like triple divergence forming along with money flow coming up, and the RSIs kind of clumped together. And so this did indicate a major trend reversal in the upward direction. Plus, just adding something in based off of market Cipher A, just confirmations that I see and saw in the past of price is if you go to the 3-day time frame, turn on market Cipher B, and turn on the blood diamonds. If there is a 3-day blood diamond, this is a sign of a prolonged bear market. As you can see right here, back in mid-March of 2018, we got a 3-day blood diamond, and this did indicate a long bear market. If we go to even the mid-May of 2021, can see on the 3-day time frame we had a 3-day blood diamond, and then this did prolong into a long short-term bear market. So this can be something that can be added as extra confluence and kind of predict how long, shorter or long-term a bear market can be. And so that's what I kind of use to predict where trend reversals are, major trend reversals are, instead of having to worry about other various factors. I think this works pretty well and it is pretty accurate. Just reviewing and going over everything what we are looking for. First thing we are looking for is a triple divergence on the 3-hour or 4-hour time frame. And again, this can be bullish divergences and bearish divergences. With this, you want to see money flow coming in direction of price movement. So I guess you want to see money flow coming down for bearish divergences and money flow coming up for bullish divergences. And adding onto this triple divergence, you want to see it be perfectly ideal. You don't want to have any waves in the way. I guess just going again back to this example right here, you could see that it was a pretty clear-cut divergence where we didn't have any major waves really interfering with it, like I guess it'd be like this example right here, where we had a wave that just kind of negated the whole divergence. So that is just something to look out for. And the third thing too is look at the 3-day time frame for blood diamonds. And this here can indicate a bear market kind of. As you can see, like during the 2021 bear market, we had a blood diamond, and that was a 3-month bear market. And then before, going back to March 2018, we had a 3-day bear market and a 3-day blood diamond, and that indicated to be a 2-year bear market. So it can depend, but it does predict bear markets.